Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I decided to build Barbie's dream house, and you can see here how I'm working on the exterior of this house first. So a couple of videos ago I was talking about swatches for windows in The Sims 4, and I was kind of joking about using a pink window, and I've received so many comments going like, yes, please, pink windows. And then I was like, well, I could also build Barbie's dream mansion, so it's like really pink, and this could be fun. And then again, some of you were like, yeah, Barbie's dream house, and yeah, here we are. So actually, ironically, I didn't really use lots of pink windows because I was going by a original reference. I think it's from a Barbie movie probably, and I was kind of following the real look of the Barbie mansion, and the exterior is completely pink, the interior is completely pink. This build is so colorful, but the windows are white. This is kind of the contrast. This is how it is when you look at the original Barbie's dream house. I've never watched the movies. I think there might be a TV show as well. I was obsessed with Barbie as a kid. I loved Barbie so much, but I feel like at this time, like when I was a kid, there wasn't really a movie, or I kind of missed it, but I really loved to play with Barbie. And I know when I was a kid in the 90s, there were like different versions of Barbie's dream house that you could buy as a toy. I also had one, but then a friend of mine had a completely different one. I feel like there were just different versions, different types. And I was going by what you see in the movies. Like I was Googling Barbie's dream house and what's going on. At first I wanted to go by what the toys look like nowadays, but they always look a bit weird. Like I don't think that this would translate well into a Sims house because the sheep is always like a dollhouse. Dollhouses are fun as well, but this was not what I'm going for here. I wanted to build a proper mansion. So yeah, I used this reference. And I had so much fun building this, not only because I love Barbie. Like as a kid, I was so obsessed, and I really had to think back to my childhood and how much I enjoyed to play with Barbies. But I also really enjoyed to use so much color because it's so colorful and happy. And pink is such a happy color. Like I never really considered myself to be a person who really loves the color pink. Like I never had this obsession, but then at some point I realized that it's such a happy, wonderful color. Everything in pink looks so happy, so colorful. It just lifts up my mood. And I felt so happy while I was building this. But here at this point, I'm only working on the shell. So I took a look at the reference and I wanted to really recreate this. At first, I said this in another video, I just wanted to wing it. My original plan was to just build any mansion, make it pink, and turn it into Barbie's dream house. But then I thought, okay, then it's not really the real Barbie's dream house. And I figured it would be so much fun to create a replica, which isn't like something that I'm really good at usually. I think it's really hard, but I did my best here. The interior is like I created it completely myself. I did not follow any floor plan. I found different things which were confusing me, so I just winged it and did my own thing. But I can already tell you, and I hope that you will like this, I've built, I think, 4 bedrooms, but I built like kind of the master suite of Barbie. So there's like the hallway, and then there will be one door, as you will see, and when you like enter the door, you are in a big bedroom. This bedroom has its own bathroom, but also a beautiful walk-in closet and its own balcony. So it's like a really beautiful bedroom, and it's really luxurious because I mean it's Barbie. But I also wanted to include more bedrooms because I thought it would be like not really cool to only have one bedroom here gameplay wise. I mean Barbie has Skipper. I think Skipper was Barbie's sister or cousin, I'm not sure anymore. So if you want to have like a real Barbie gameplay, you probably need more bedrooms so you have enough space for everyone who's friends with Barbie or related to Barbie. Maybe Ken moves in. I'm not good at cast, but I'm pretty sure that there are some amazing Barbies out there in the gallery if you really want to have this type of gameplay. And I think it could be so much fun. Like even I felt like playing in this when I was done. So in the original, there's this huge space in front of the house. So we have this huge area where you have a round section. I turned it into a flower bed. Everything is pink. And the house itself is not gigantic. I mean, there are 4 bedrooms. I've included a party area, so it is quite spacious, but I used so much space, like a big chunk of the lot, as you can see here, to create the whole area in the front. And I found a car in Debug, which will be perfect. It's a white limousine, and I think it's not even part of Get Famous. Like when I was taking a look at Debug, I always filter by pack, and I was filtering by Get Famous, but I think it wasn't even part of Get Famous. It even comes in different swatches, and at first I wanted to just have a plain black, simple, basic limousine, but then I figured, oh my gosh, a white swatch would be so cool, and the white swatch was available. I was so confused because usually Debug objects don't really have swatches, but yeah, it also comes in white, and I felt like this is perfect. Barbie would love this. Yeah, and here you can see I'm decorating the tower, so I used these regular plain modern windows. I'm not sure if I had used the ones from the base game or Equalizer, but these really simple 1-tile white glass windows. Then I used a wall decoration from Decor to the Max, and I placed this decoration right in front of the window. It comes in a pink swatch, so I was able to turn this window pink. And then I used these little hearts. You can see this wall decoration, and this is from the wedding pack, so you can just place it on a wall. I sized it down, I think 2 steps, and when you do that, it perfectly fits into the little hole at the bottom of the Decor to the Max wall decoration. And this is how I was able to create this beautiful window. So most of them are white, as you can see, but for the tower I wanted to do something special. I love the curved rooms, but it just looks boring to just have a plain modern window. I mean, there are other windows available, but it's so hard to really find the perfect window for the smaller curved rooms. When you're using the biggest size, it's much easier because so many windows really fit onto the walls. But here I had a hard time finding the perfect window, so I just created my own, I guess. I used a roof swatch from Eco-Lifestyle. So Eco-Lifestyle gave us different options to essentially create containers. And we have the most amazing swatches for the Eco-Lifestyle roof and also for the wallpaper, actually. So there is a matching wallpaper. So you could just build a rectangle, like a rectangular room, and turn it into a container build. This was kind of the vibe of Eco-Lifestyle, but here I just had to use like a pink swatch. So I was looking at roofs. This was actually the first thing I did. Like I filtered by color and clicked on the roof swatches to see which roofs would be available, because I thought that there is not really a pink swatch. Like I had completely forgotten that there's one in Eco-Lifestyle. I think I needed a really colorful roof once, like before Eco-Lifestyle came out, and I had no idea that there would be a pink swatch because I thought, okay, I want to have a really colorful pink house. And it just needed a proper pink swatch, like hot pink. I think there's one, I don't know if it's part of the base game or any other pack, but it's more of a muted pink, not really pastel. It looks really weird, but I wanted to have this plastic look. I wanted this to look really fake, like a toy almost, and I just needed a hot pink roof swatch. So I was so relieved when I found the one in Eco-Lifestyle. At this point I knew, okay, this is going to work. Otherwise I would have probably used a completely different color, and I would have made the exterior color more pink, like a really aggressive hot pink. But here I just chose this roof swatch, and then I was trying to find a wallpaper for the exterior which would match. There are different types of pinks, like some pinks lean more to the colder blue side and all that, so they have different undertones, so not every pink matches another pink, if that makes sense. So I really tried to find the correct wallpaper for the exterior which would have similar undertones to the roof swatch, so it's a perfect match almost. But I feel like the wallpaper is a bit more pastel, like it's not as hot pink as the roof swatch. Also, speaking of a fake plastic look, I wanted to include palm trees because this is kind of the Barbie's dream house vibe, so I knew that I would like to use palm trees. There are palm trees in the base game, Island Living, Get Famous. There are different types, but none of these looked as plastic and fake as I wanted them to. So I was using the ones from the Paranormal Stuff Pack. They are supposed to be used on the interior mostly, I think, just a normal plant that can be placed on the interior. It has this obnoxious bright green color. Like, it looks so fake. I love this object, but I rarely use it because I feel like it's just so bright. It looks fake. Like, it does not look like a regular palm tree for whatever reason. It always struck me as fake looking, and this is what I'm going for here. So I knew that this would be the perfect match for this build. So I used this palm tree all over the build on the exterior and interior. I sized the palm tree up in some areas so I would have different sizes. I used a debug object from City Living. It's just a planting pot. It looks very basic and modern. And I was generally trying to have a mix of a really regal looking, almost rustic build. It has like some castle vibes. At the same time, I wanted there to be some modern elements. This way, it looks like the Barbie's dream house, but at the same time, I also wanted this to look fake. Like, I was building a dollhouse once, like, I don't know, a couple of years back when there was like this dollhouse hype going on in the Sims community. And I also used these base game fences that I used here on the exterior that I will use later. And they, I don't know, just makes the house fake. Like, there's a combination of objects and colors which make it look fake, like a toy. And I mean, it's a Barbie house, so it's supposed to have this vibe in a way. So the palm trees are perfect. If you own the Paranormal Stuff Pack and want to create like this type of vibe, I could just recommend using these palm trees, and you can just hide them in a planter. I lowered them into the ground in some areas using tool, but you can generally just, or you just size them up. You don't even have to hide its original planting pot. I just wasn't feeling the original one. I've used round rooms in different areas. First of all, I wanted to recreate the towers in the front of the house. I then wanted to have this beautiful big living room, which is round, and I placed all these windows around it. These big windows are from the Romantic Garden Stuff pack, and I then later changed it a bit. Like, I moved the round room a bit to the back because I realized that I would need more space on the interior, so I expanded the build a little bit in the back. This did not change the design of the house, but I just had a couple of more tiles to work with, so I just had more space for the floor plan because, as I said earlier, I wanted to include enough bedrooms. And then also decorated this round area in the front. I also used some hedges for this, and as you can see, I sized up some of these palm trees in the front, and I used a pink base game plant in there, so I just want to have pink pops of color everywhere. I also used these lamps in the front which come in a pink swatch, and I really like neutral colors. I like to work on more realistic builds. Like, I really enjoy modern architecture, and it was so much fun to see all the different swatches for all these objects. Like, there are so many objects, I had just no idea that there would be a pink swatch for them, so I was filtering by pink all the time. You can sometimes see it on the right side because I was just trying to figure out which objects would be available in pink. And here furnishing, this is the kitchen. You can see, so colorful, so pink, but I decided to use a white kitchen counter. This one is from Dream Home Decorator, so I have the same contrast as on the exterior when it comes to the pink and the windows. I originally wanted to use a pink kitchen counter as well. I mean, you can see all the furniture, I'm using pink swatches everywhere for everything, but when I was filtering by pink and when I was taking a look at the kitchen counters, there wasn't really a good match for this house. There's one from the base game, I think. The countertop was black or a dark brown. It wasn't looking so happy and as pink and beautiful as I wanted it to look, so I decided to simply use a white one. But I then used this beautiful pink table, which is like a smaller table, but I simply combined 4 of them. I used these beautiful chairs. I think these are from the recent base game update, or they are from the new high school years pack, I'm not sure anymore. And I then placed a round table in the center just for decorative purposes. This round table is from high school years, and I placed a plant on top. I used the LED stripes from high school years just so I could illuminate the kitchen a bit more. I also used a ceiling light. You can see that there are always these super weird shadows when it comes to the kitchen cabinets, especially when you are using as many as I do here. Like, I've used lots of them, I combined them, and yeah, then it just looked weird, but I used some like ceiling lights to make it look better. I use different curtains in this house. These are from Vintage Glamour, I think. And at this point, I'm starting to use like all kinds of different pink swatches. Earlier, I've talked about undertones and stuff, but when it comes to the interior, I was just trying to make it look cool, and I was looking for all the pink swatches. It would make sense, and it would be really pink and look like Barbie's dream house, but you're just not able to find perfect matches all the time because there's so many objects, so many pink swatches, and we don't have a color wheel, so you just have to make it work. So some of them might clash a little bit, but I think it looks cool because some of them are this like darker hot pink, some of them look more pastel, and it just kind of works, and it looks a bit random and it looks fun. So it's not like perfectly thought out when it comes to all the pink swatches, but maybe this makes it more fun and more like a toy, if that makes sense. I used this round room to place a piano, and there's another round section where I'm just going to build a small office nook. It's always so fun to make use of all these round areas. Sometimes it can be hard to furnish them, but it's just perfect when you have a small tower like this one. You just place a piano in there or something. This is always fun. I used this neon light on the wall, as you can see. I also used some of the fake looking palm trees on the interior, and I just wanted this to look so cute, and I had just so much fun because I wasn't going for this perfect, minimalistic, modern, and also realistic vibe. I was just having fun. It's colorful. I was combining all kinds of different things. I wasn't following any rules, like any interior design rules. I just had so much fun. I hope that you like how this turned out. And if you've watched the Barbie movies and everything, if you are aware of the reference that I have used, let me know if this is like looking cool, if you like it or if you don't like it. And also, please tell me about your favorite Barbie memories. Like if you enjoy to play with Barbie, if you love Barbie, let me know everything about your favorite Barbie stories and which Barbies did you own, or just anything, or maybe you're collecting Barbies or something. Just let me know what's going on. I would love to hear all the stories. Yeah, I was so obsessed with Barbie, as I said. Every birthday and Christmas, I was always getting a Barbie because this is all I wanted. And Polly Pocket. I also loved Polly Pocket so much, but I also love Barbie, and I had so many, and I always loved to pick out dresses and the shoes and everything. And later when I was starting to play Sims, I also enjoyed to do this. Like, I'm not good at cast, as I said, but I enjoy cast. Like, I have so much fun creating Sims, and especially back then when I used to play with CC, I had the best time. Like downloading so many clothes and hairs and then just combining everything and figuring it out. I'm not good at that, but I had the best time, and I always thought, okay, this is like playing Barbie, but as a grown up, and I had the best time. I always loved this. And I remember I had this book, and it was like a really, really big book, and in like a big hardcover book, and it had lots of pictures of dolphins and whales. And I remember there was one picture which went across 2 pages of the book. It was like a dolphin scene, a sunset in the background, and there was the ocean, really scenic. And I remembered that I used the book when I was playing Barbie. Like, I opened the book and I was leaning it, I think, onto a sofa or something. So I just had a backdrop, and then I had my Baywatch Barbie and the dolphin, and then I was just playing out different storylines there. And man, these were good times. I really like to think back to this. And I also remember, like, this is almost like a core memory. I remember, like, it was Christmas, and here in Germany we get presents at Christmas Eve, not Christmas morning, but like on the 24th when it's dark outside. And I remember I got some new Barbies, and all the guests, like the family guests, already left, like my uncle, my grandma, and everyone. And I just remember like my mom being in the kitchen, and she was on the phone. Everything was just quiet and calmed down. It was like almost bedtime, but I was allowed to stay up longer because it was Christmas. And then I was like alone in the living room. It was completely dark. Only the Christmas tree was illuminated, and I was just sitting in front of the Christmas tree playing with my Barbies. And then I was just laying down on my back, and I was like, so my head was kind of below the Christmas tree, and I was looking up, and I saw these lights and the tree decorations, and it was so beautiful. And might be like one of my favorite Barbie memories. Like, I just, as I said, while I was building this, I was thinking about all these fun times, and yeah, good times. And let me know if you enjoyed Barbie. Oh, if you did not enjoy Barbie, tell me about your favorite toys, like, and like tell me about all the stuff in the comments. I'm really excited. Also, let me know if you would like to see more builds like this. I always, like, I mean, you know my usual style and what I'm doing, and I always enjoy to try new things. Like when the werewolves pack came out, for example, I really enjoy to step outside my comfort zone, and I think this one here was such a fun project. And if you enjoyed this, let me know if I should do similar stuff next or what you want me to do. I'm always open for recommendations, and to be honest, I would have never thought about doing this, only because I made the stupid jokes about pink Windows watches. We are here now, so yeah, let me know what you want to see, because you are always so inspiring to me. So this is one of the bathrooms. This is part of Barbie's suite, so you can see that she has the little makeup table thingy. She has a bathtub, a really spacious shower, so there's everything she would need. And here you can see her bedroom, and you can see on the left, like the door, how it's connected. And this is like one area which can be accessed through one door. So this only belongs to Barbie. And you can see the doorway on the right side, right next to the bed. And this will be the walk-in closet. The doorway is part of the new pack. It was just perfect. At first I wanted to use this very fancy carpet, and I left it in the round area because I felt like it looks super cool to have a different floor in the round section. But it then also placed a round rug on top. It has a giraffe pattern. It looks very fancy, but I felt like it was too overwhelming. There's so much going on, so I wanted to have a more neutral floor for the bedroom. It's from Spa Day. It's glowing. It's very fancy. I think it's usually supposed to be used in a pool, so the pool is glowing. I figured this out a while ago, but it just looks so cool because it looks neon, and I felt like it was the right choice for the bedroom. This is the walk-in closet. I used a combination of objects from Dream Home Decorator and also from the new high school pack. There are new objects like these configurable modular shelves and objects were introduced in Dream Home Decorator. We did not have anything like that before, and now they have also introduced this type of shelf. It's like a cube in high school years, so you can combine them. They are just attached to each other, and you can create your own custom shelves. And I think it's really cool that they did not stop with Dream Home Decorator, and that they used the same idea or feature for other packs, because it's honestly super cool. You can just create your own shelves, and it's just really cool to just customize them. This is another bedroom. All of them are pink. I didn't want to choose any other color for any of these bedrooms. It's all about the color pink inside out. Very overwhelming. If you don't enjoy the color pink, this build might not be for you. There's so much going on. But I thought if we are doing this here, we are going to do it right. So I went all in and just thought, okay, this is going to be a real proper Barbie's dream house. And this is it. This video is slowly coming to an end. You will here see lots of screenshots. This house is fully furnished, and you can grab it from the gallery. My ID is Kate Emerald. It is CC free and unmodded, so you can just download it and let your Sims move in. You can grab the tray files from my Patreon. And speaking of which, it's time to thank my wonderful Emerald Patreons and my Emerald YouTube members. A big thank you to Mehmet Ali Bariskan, Paula Anna, Asia, Emma Barnes, Lisa Martin, Saturated Spark, Shanna McClam, Stephen, and Helena Lynn. A big thank you to all of you. A big thank you to all my other Patreons and YouTube members. And of course, a big thank you to anyone who's watching. Thank you so much for your huge support. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you all so much. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.